Good morning. This is a quick video update on the market. Of course, we have the issues in Libya dominating the headlines again. Almost a replay of what we saw a couple of weeks ago when we had the same thing break out in Egypt. But let's take a look at the charts and see where we're going here. We're looking at the Dow 15-minute chart here right now. And as you can see, almost like we saw back during the Egypt crisis, big sell-off on the open. Futures were down big, and the real reason Egypt is more of an issue than Egypt was is Libya is one of the bigger producers of oil, and they actually produce the good stuff, the sweet crude oil, which is easier to refine and process. So, you have the crooks jamming the oil market up $6 a barrel, which is not good for stocks, and you have a lot of the speculative money coming out of the market right now. As you can see here on the 15-minute chart, we've retraced all the way back down to the 200-day moving average in this time frame. Now, we are looking a little oversold. We've got RSI down at 30 and stochastics under the 20 level. And usually when we see that happen, we see some sort of bounce back. But, just like it was the case a couple of weeks ago, when the market gets iffy like this, we go high cash. We sell, we ask questions later. We can always rebuy our stocks when we get a better feel on the market. Right now, you probably want to be sitting on, 75% plus cash. Stocks I would look to sell would be stocks you've got partial positions in from big runs over the last month. Like let's say LVLT, you booked half or three-quarter gains on this one last week. You're sitting on a quarter position. Those are the kind of stocks you look to sell to raise your cash levels. And essentially what you hold are the plays you want to hold, your little gems. Like for me, that would be MCZ, BNX, WZE. Those are the stocks I like and want to hold and accumulate. So those are stocks I'm not going to sell. Each trader has their own. Looking at the daily chart on the Dow, as you can see, we're about to break that mini uptrend line that's in place. And, we could see another 100-plus point drop here and still be fine. I mean, the 20-day exponential is down there at 12,148. And then we've got the uptrend line down there at 12K. And then below that, we've got the 50-day moving average at 11,800. So we could see a decent-sized sell-off and still be fine and dandy. I know that's hard to say, if you're sitting there or sitting on losses right now. But take a step back. We're down 14 points right now. We were up 73 on Friday. So essentially, we're down 40 points, which when you think about it like that, given the news that's out there, is not that bad. Anyway, high cash stance right now. We can always rebuy our plays. Get to a position that makes you feel comfortable so that, when you see stocks like EMKR drop huge on the open to 212, you've got cash where you can jump in, grab a position at 212, and then sell it 20 minutes later at 235 for a 10% gain. Those are the kind of opportunities you look for on this market. And if you're not high cash, it's very hard to go shopping for plays like that. Quick check on the U.S. dollar. Dollar's actually barely up today, which is kind of a surprise given the huge run we've seen in oil. Now, we do have a possible bottom in the U.S. dollar chart right now, but I'm actually surprised the dollar is not up more. That, of course, could change before the day is over, and depending on whether Gaddafi crushes this rebellion in his country or not, will determine where we go. Just remember what happened a couple of weeks ago when the Egypt crisis blew up. We had that big sell-off in the market, and then the next 2 days we gained it all back, and it was a distant memory. Now, we probably won't see the same sort of action happen again just because of the influence Libya has on the oil market. But remember, we've got the Bernanke put out there, meaning the Bernanke liquidity flow. We've got that Fed money coming in. And like I said in the chat room, last year when the European crisis hit, I think the Fed dropped the ball. They let the market, sell off on that. Then we had the flash crash. And despite what many people say, the U.S. stock market is a big driver of the U.S. economy. The reason being headlines. When the market is in a big sell-off, you get a lot of negative headlines and people don't spend as much. When you read about the market going up every day, it sort of gives you some confidence. So it's unlikely the Fed's really going to let this market go in the crapper. but we could see a decent sized sell off. The last few days, fewer and fewer decent looking chart plays. And like I said, once a month, a nice little flush in the market is a great thing. It brings back all these stock plays for us to rebuy and move them nicely higher. Checking out the chart of the SMH. SMH, second day in a row. I did mention we possibly saw a top there on Friday. You couldn't even get out with the kind of gap down they had today. Volume again low like it has been over the last couple of days. We've got support right now at the 20-day exponential 35.49, and that also marks the uptrend line from the lows dating back to last summer. So going to be interesting to see how the SMH acts. That's probably going to give us our cue on the health of the market right now and whether we're going to be seeing a steeper decline on the market, or whether this is another one of those 1 day, 2 day events where the market just blows it off and starts running back to new highs. So, just a quick update to give you guys an idea where the market's going again. Go to a high cash stance that makes you feel comfortable. For some traders, they can weather the storm here right now. Other traders, any sort of losses, annoys them or scares the crap out of them. Go to a level that makes you feel comfortable. 75% plus is a good number right now. Remember, even though you sell a stock, doesn't mean you can't rebuy that stock later today or tomorrow, given the right market conditions. So just a quick update there right now. Some stocks you could possibly look to selling would be any pops on those breakout plays from last week. Those are likely to be the ones that see the heaviest sell-off. So that's it for the quick update. Again, we're just probably going to sit on our hands today and maybe look for some buying opportunities. The oil plays will probably be the momentum sector over the next couple of days, but we're keeping an eye on them. We've got a nice little set of oil plays to keep an eye on, and once we see traders, start to get their balls back and start moving into plays, then we'll start jumping into them. Until then, we'll sit high cash, stress-free, and see what opportunities the markets brings us. Any questions, hop in the chat room, send me an instant message if you've got any questions on any of the plays we're sitting on, or just shoot me an email, and I will see you guys later. Bye.